At this edition of Thank Goodness Solar Saturday, we're going to be talking about sales gimmicks we want you to stay away from. Join us. Hi, this is Raul with Cutler-based Solar Solutions. Thank you for joining us to this edition of Thank Goodness Solar Saturday. Today we're going to be going over a lot of sales tactics that we have seen lately in the industry that really give solar companies a black eye. We've been in business for 8 years. When I started this company 8 years ago, I talked about bringing education, and that education will be true value for the consumer. It's very, very important that we maintain the integrity of solar sales, not just because it is absolutely the truth, but because we want to make sure the consumers are well educated so they can make the best decision. So we take a lot of pride at Cutler-based Solar Solutions, and one of the reasons why we do these videos is because we want to make sure that our customers are informed. If we're not the right company for you, we hope you find the right company, and what we hope for is that you are able to go solar in your house. But more importantly for us is that you have the right information so you can make the right decision. So you're always going to hear us talking about the products. You're always going to be here talking about the service. You're always talking about the performance of your solar system, because those are the things that you need to look at. Unfortunately, as we walk into people's homes, we've come across an awful lot of gimmicks, an awful lot of sales tactics that are really designed just to get the homeowner to feel the pressure to sign right now, and to take away from the customer the ability to make an informed decision by getting more information. So if anybody comes into your house and talks to you about going solar and is pressuring you to sign a contract right now, we have a great deal. We're just offering it today. We're in your neighborhood, talking to your customers because we're here. You're going to get a better price today. Walk away. You should always take your time to do your research, to find out about the products, to make sure that what you're being told is the facts. And unfortunately, like I said, we have seen many of our local competitors, as well as the national companies, coming into this market, bringing misinformation to the consumers. Not only about the products, but about the financing and about the benefits. Solar panels, solar technology has come a long ways. The price has dropped tremendously. It's hard to keep up with all of the facts. So we challenge you, the consumer, to make sure you do the research so that when you are presented with information, you can validate it and truly get the facts. We come across companies, for example, that offer you many different discounts, investor discounts, manufacturer discounts. What they're really doing is elevating the price, and I'm not going to talk about specific companies because this is not about talking bad about the competition. This is about the practices that we want you, the consumer, to be aware of so you can make the right decision. But when a company inflates the price and is selling to you at $3.41 a watt, so they can offer you discounts, that's not at real discounts. What they're really doing is inflating the price so that they can offer you a larger percentage, because you're going to get a rebate from the federal government for a larger percentage. But the problem is that legally you're not entitled to this discount, because the percentage from the federal government is based on your final pay in price, not on an inflated price based on non-existent discounts, just so you feel like you're getting a larger discount. And at the end of the day, when you do not get that money back from the federal government, you end up with a higher bill. So if they're offering you a higher price just to offer you discounts, they're not the right company for you. $3.41 is too high of a price to pay for solar in today's market. Today's market, we all understand, is well below the $3 mark. Even if you're financing it, you should be right at the $3 mark. $3.41, as we have seen in so many of these contracts, just to offer you a $15,000 discount or a gift card from one of our local wholesalers. You're paying for that gift card in the price of the solar panels. That is a sales gimmick that you should not fall to. You should pay a fair price, a fair value for the installation of the solar panels on your house, and you'll qualify for a 26% rebate based on that fair price, not on an inflated price so they can give you a wholesale card an Amazon gift card, a $15,000 investor discount, and we've seen it in many different forms. But at the end of the day, all of these companies are doing is inflating the price and charging you a higher price per watt. Always ask the company, what products are you installing? At what price? Give me the price per watt. That's how solar is measured. Just like when you go to the supermarket and you're going to buy a gallon of milk, and if you walk into a Winn-Dixie, you can see $1 of milk at a certain price, and you can then walk into a Publix and buy a gallon of milk at a certain price, and whole milk is the same at both stores. Compare the item price of your solar installation. What panels are they installing? What inverter are they installing? What size inverter are they installing? Compare that price per watt and you'll be able to make an informed decision. Another sales tactics that we have seen lately in the market, we have seen companies come in and they're starting to introduce leasing the products into your roof. They're promising themselves as a low price. They're promising themselves high service and no worries for you as the consumer. Unfortunately, what they're hiding in their usually 20 or 30 page or 37 page document, as I hold here in front of me, is all of the hidden costs associated with you not owning your solar panels. And at the end of the 25-year lease, you will have overpaid tremendously for your solar panels. You'll even have overpaid compared to today's existing electric rates. For example, in this particular lease, one of the things that they hide into it is that it's got a 2.9% yearly increase. That means that if you sign this lease and you allow this company to install this on your roof, which you're never going to own because they're not your panels, at the end of the lease, you'll have an option to buy them and once again, overpay for them. But at the time of the lease, as you're paying, you're guaranteeing yourself, you're signing for a 3% yearly increase year after year after year. When you compare the price of leasing the panels versus buying them today, you will usually have overpaid by 35%. A lease agreement, a 25-year lease agreement, typically, as we have seen in these particular documents from a local competitor, is going to overcharge the consumer 35% to what they should be paying for those panels today, even if you were to finance those panels. There's many options available to you, and if you take advantage of one of those financing options, you can purchase your panels today for 35% less than what you would lease. These companies only want to talk to you about how much they're going to save you per month. And they're going to inflate the number about how much they're going to save you per month. That's like walking into a used car lot and all they want to talk to you about is the payment for this car. But they're not going to talk to you about the terms. They're not going to talk to you about the term, length, and interest rates. All they want to talk to you about is you can drive away from the lot right now for $99 a month. Drive away from the lot right now for $99 a month. But unfortunately, once you sign that 37-page lease agreement, you're going to find that that $99 a month lease turns into a $180 a month lease by the end of the agreement. Worse than that, the panels are never yours. At the end of the term or any given point during the term that you want to buy the panels and close out your lease, the cost is so much higher than had you paid originally for those panels, and there's no longer any value. The technology has kept improving. So at the time that you try to make your purchase, you're buying old technology. The panels are not yours. They don't increase the value of your house. As a matter of fact, they decrease the value of your home because now you have a lease on your roof. So you have this lease has to be transferred to the next consumer if they want to buy your house. And number two, you overpay. The price at the end of the lease, including with what you have paid during the lease agreement, is going to overcost you by 35% versus purchasing those panels outright today. And if you finance, you can usually make even lower monthly payment than leasing. That's a tactic that we're seeing on the market today. Another tactic that worries me tremendously, it's companies coming to your house and talking to you about, the cost to monitor your systems. They offering packages, whether it is to clean your panels, whether it is to monitor your system, whether it is to maintain your warranty, or worse, charge you for the warranty labor. Make no mistake, all manufacturers pay the installers to come out to your house and perform the warranty labor. If a company asks you to sign up to one of their multiple plans, and by the time that you sign up for these plans, you're paying $1,900 a year in this particular case for their maintenance plans. And the first maintenance plan is just to monitor your system. Second one is to not charge you to perform warranty work. The third one is to actively monitor your system on a daily basis, and if something has to be done, run to guarantee that they come out and they fix your system and even reimburse you for the electricity. All three plans sound fantastic. All three plans sound like a great value. Of course, if my system goes down and my system is off for a couple of days, I would love for somebody to reimburse me for the loss of electricity, the cost that I had to pay my utility company because my panels weren't working. But at the end of the day, to pay $1,900 for that service, when at a worst case scenario, and I can't even imagine the possibility that your system will be off maybe for 30 days, what did it really cost you in electricity? $100? $200? I know at Cutler-based solar solutions, we strive for service. We fail sometimes. We're human, but we strive for service. That's what we base our company on. And we come out to the house, if a microinverter was to go bad, if a system was to fail, we try to be there within 24 hours of being notified. If the microinverter has to be changed out and the manufacturer has to send us a replacement part, if I don't have the replacement part in my warehouse, it's going to take me 3 to 5 days to get it from the manufacturer and get back to your home. Most of the time, with solar systems that are very, very reliable, what you're having is a communication issue. If you have a communication issue, monitoring it isn't going to fix it. And it is impossible. And I tell you with certainty, no matter what the company claims, any company that's claiming that they're monitoring on a daily basis over 1,000, over 2,000 systems that they may have installed, it is virtually impossible. No company has that many TV screens on their warehouses or in their offices to monitor over 1,000 systems. What this company is going to do, that's legitimate. There's nothing wrong with this. They're going to set up alerts so that they get an email alert, so they get a report, a daily report, if they have 10, 15, 20 systems that are not working properly, and then they're going to look at those 10, 15 systems. But why should you pay $1,900 for this? $1,900 that come directly from your savings in electricity. Why should you pay almost $2,000 a year, again and again and again, every single year, for something that you can do yourself? Panel level monitoring is available to anybody with microinverters and even people with centralized inverters that have the optimizers. The settings are simple. You have an application on your phone. You have an application that goes to your email. You have an application that goes to your inbox. Set up your own alerts so that if anything goes wrong with your system, you get the alert. Pick up the phone and contact your installer. Your installer should be able to reply to you. And again, it doesn't take a $1,900 a year fee for the installer to reply to you. The installer should reply to you for free because the manufacturer of that centralized inverter, of that optimizer, of that microinverter, those manufacturers, they pay the installers to truck out their rolls to your house, and they pay the installers for those changes. So for an installer to double dip, charge the manufacturer and also charge the consumer, sure, it's great for the bottom line, but it's not true value to the consumer. If you're having a savings of $2,000 a year in your electricity bill by going solar, and you're spending $2,000 a year in monitoring, unfortunately, you just negated your savings. there's no reason to give up those savings. There's no reason to pay a third party for a monitoring system which should be provided to you for free. At Cutler-based solar solutions, yes, it's difficult. We have over 2,000 customers. I have to dedicate now a service team, and we proudly do it. We proudly now have a service team dedicated for service. That's all they do. They go out and we service our customers. But I will never ask you to pay for that. That's an expense that I, as a business owner, have to incur, and I have to be willing to pay for to be able to provide you with the service you deserve. Again, do your homework, look into it, and try to stay away from some of these schemes, because there is no other name for it. If an installer is asking you to pay for service, that's a scheme. If an installer is asking you to do a lease with a 3% increase yearly annual, that's a scheme. If an installer is offering you tremendous discounts, just because it's Thursday, you're going to get a $500 discount. Investors, just finished investing and we have a $5,000 discount. The manufacturer is offering, a 30% off if you sign today. Those are used car salesman tactics. That's why the used car sales people went away from those tactics years ago, because they're not trustworthy. Talk to your installer, agree on a price, compare the products, compare apples to apples, and contact a company, a local company like us. You know what our best sales scheme? You know what we pride ourselves, our highest scheme is? We guarantee you the lowest price. We guarantee you that if you find another installer with a lower price for the same products as what we have, we'll match that price. We guarantee you the best service. We guarantee you that if you have a problem, we're going to be there to take care of it for you. We guarantee you that the installers that are going to come to your house are going to be our employees. W-2 covered by our liability insurance, covered by our workers' comp. Employees that take so much pride in what they do that it reflects on the quality of their work. Employers that have been with me for 6 to 7 years, that are trained in our training room, that are certified in the installation of the products that we install by our manufacturers. Employers that take so much pride in what they do that they're going to make sure your installation is done correctly. I don't have to sit here and watch them remotely. I know I have my foreman out on the field with them, not remotely through a webcam. My foremen are on the sites speaking with you, the customer, to make sure that if we miss something, we can catch it. If you wanted something else, if you had a certain expectation, we can meet it, because that's the most important part. If you've enjoyed the information that we brought you here today at Thank Goodness It's Solar Saturday, like our page, press the button, follow us, and make sure that you get the right information, because at the end of the day, we want you to let the sun power your lifestyle.